Right then, don't really want to alarm anyone, but we are driving 100 miles per hour towards transfer deadline day, and it is coming up fast. It's very, very quickly going to be here. And we've still got some big business left to do. Now, United are seemingly solely focused on the outgoings now, and there's a good reason for that. Our incomings depend on the money that we can make from sales. Sales for players now could push us into the good graces of PSR and FFP, and that I think is invaluable for any future business that we wish to conduct. We've got 10 days. Who needs to go and how much can they bring in? The sales are necessary. Now, first up, we've got Palestri. This could be anywhere from 6 to 8 million. Now, let's get this one out of the way because it's probably going to happen, if not already happened by the time that this video comes out, between me recording it and it getting posted. But depending on when this comes out, Palestri's exit could already be finalised, or he could just be in the process of finalising it. So 6 or 8 million, something like that, going back into the club. First move in this 10-day fire sale, deal done. We're just waiting on all of the bows and the ribbons and the T's dotted and the I's crossed and all that sort of stuff. Next up, Scott McTominay. Now, besides Palestri, the deal that seems the very most likely to happen before the end of the window is McTominay. Where to, Steve? I don't know, there's been talk of West Ham, there's been talk of Napoli, there's been talk of Fulham, which looks like it's off the cards now, but it looks like Napoli would be the one that would give United the best kind of deal. Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, even Everton. I don't think those latter clubs have got the money to be able to stick in there. And the Fulham deal looks like it's completely fell through. Napoli seems to be the best option for the player, but also for United to actually get some sort of money. And I think 25 million, I'd almost go as far as to say it is an absolute bargain for him at the moment. I think it'll happen. If you are looking for a great sports betting experience, then sign up with Hollywoodbets and enjoy this incredible welcome offer. Get to £10 in free bets with your first free qualifying bet losses. And here's how it works. If you sign up using my link in the description, deposit using your card and place your first 3 bets on the sportsbook, each bet must be at least £10 with minimum odds of 1.5. These bets can be on any sportbook market and will qualify you for the offer. For each of your first 3 bets that you lose, you'll receive a £10 free bet up to £30 in free bets. And your free bets are valid for multiples as well as at least 3 events where each leg has minimum odds of 1.4. The total odds for the bet must be at least 3.0. Listen, there's more. If you place at least 2 qualifying bets, you'll also get 20 free spins on a slot game, John Hunter and the Book of Tut respin. To claim the offer, just make sure that you place your qualifying bets within 3 days of signing up to Hollywoodbets. For full terms and conditions, check the link in the description. Remember, you must be 18 or older to register, and always gamble responsibly. If you need support, visit gambleaware.org. Christian Erikson. Now, another player that I think will be on his way out of Old Trafford is Christian Erikson. There's been some talk of Ajax, but Ajax apparently have got to figure something out with their own FFP situation. He's been a quality option for United since joining on a free transfer, and I think because he joined on a free transfer, I don't think United will quibble too much over the money for him. I think there's a deal to be done for Erikson. Ajax apparently need to make some sales or move some money around to be able to make it happen. But there's also been clubs in Turkey that have been linked with him for a move. I think it's a possibility that he don't feature for Manchester United, and he doesn't necessarily feel high up in the pecking order, but it also doesn't feel like, because of the money involved in his fee, that it'd be very difficult to move on. He's also such a quality footballer and a nice bloke that I can imagine there's loads of clubs that want to bring him in. He's been completely leapfrogged by Kobbie Mainoo in terms of his place in the squad this season, and he deserves better than just rot on United's bench to see the end of his career. So, like, what, 5 million, something like that. Move him on and bank that money for a potential signing later in the window or even in the January window. Victor Lindelof. Now, his name keeps propping up as reports of a player that could leave the club, and he's been a decent player at United. I don't think we'd ever call him like a raging success, but I also don't think you'd call him a complete failure. It is, however, time to move him on. At 30, there's a chance that we could probably still get a fairly decent fee for him. He is a full international. We signed 2 centre-halves So at least one's going to make way on top of the Varane one already going, I think. And Lindelof contributed the least to our central defenders last season, so I think it's only right that he's the one that gets moved on. Considering his estimated value, I think if you got 10 to 12 million for Victor Lindelof, I think the club would do business at that price and bank their money towards a new signing or, again, something in the January sales. Jadon Sancho. I just want him gone at this point. And I think it's going to be the hardest deal to do out of these 5. His wages are near impossible to reach for any other club in the world outside of Saudi. He's on near 300 grand a week. PSG don't have him in their plans. The expectation is that Chelsea, maybe Juventus, maybe a Saudi club could present the best chance of finding a resolution for him and for Jadon Sancho. 40 million would be an absolute steal for a player that, but a couple of years ago was putting up literally Messi level numbers. It was Messi and then Sancho in terms of the goals and assists across Europe. That was it. It was absolutely flying. And it's just not worked out for him. He's had a big hand in that himself, for sure. But the fact is it hasn't worked out for him. And he does need moving on because I feel like he could be a bad influence at the club. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I'm just saying I feel like he could be. Which would bring in somewhere in the region of like 85 to 90 million in total. And with, call it 90 million, you've got the potential to strengthen even further. That's a good chunk of money, man. Now, some of that might already be earmarked in terms of where we're at with the incomings this season, but it certainly puts us in a better position for next year or for January if we needed to strengthen further. Besides McTominay, the other names that are listed there shouldn't really be missed too much, and you can make a case that McTominay won't even be missed as well, either if they were to leave the club. But the reality is, we're building a squad that's capable of competing on multiple fronts. It's going to be without the majority of them, for sure. There is money to be raised. In 10 days, you're going to be up against it, but I think it's possible to make all of those deals happen. Let me know in the comments which ones you think are going to happen, or which ones do you think I've missed out on that actually might do a little bit of madness. See you in a bit. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.